bonus earrings time. So this is kind of the earrings that we can make with them to match the bracelet that we just made. So we have the 2 head pins, and just pick what beads you want to do. Now for this, because they're earrings, you want to try to match up the beads a little bit better than you would for the bracelet, just because you want them to be even. You don't want one earring longer than the other. So I'm going to pick, it's not as important for the color patterns to match as it is the length, I think. And we'll get some, oh goodness. So that looks good. And then all the white beads that came with the button, we'll use those. So this head pin is silver. It's got that stopper at the end. So put on a little bead if you want. Start with this one. I just started with the 2 bead. You can go any way you want to do that. And put on a purple one and another little seed bead, and then the white one, and then another seed bead. And we're going to do the same thing, match it up, white bead, ooh, whoopsie. That one's a little bent. Straighten that out a little. Purple, white, and I put one on the top. You look a little goofy, friend. You get to stay with those guys. Okay, so here's where I didn't include in the tools that you need. There is a way that you can do this without any of the tools. You'll need maybe like a pencil, but if you do have any jeweler, any beading pliers, it'll be easier to do this. So I'll show you one with and one without. This one is the round nose. We can use just regular needle nose pliers too. So first we're gonna bend that a little bit, put the pliers right there, bend it back over all the way. Can you see what I did there? It's hard to tell. And then we're just gonna make this a loop. So we'll bend it all the way around. And you don't have to be fancy about it. We just want to make a little loop at the top. And this wire is strong enough that it'll hold its shape. And then we are going to cut it. Now, I recommend that when you're snipping wire, especially, put your hand over it. Don't cut yourself. Like, I'm not holding it where I'm going to cut myself, but put your hand over it just so that that piece doesn't go flying into somebody's eye or your eye. It's always good to have, I have glasses on. It's always good to have some kind of eye protection when you're doing that. Then kind of straighten that out. So we've got a little loop at the end. Then we take this, open the loop, put it on there, close that loop. And we got pretty dangly earrings. That took 2 seconds. So this is a little bit harder, a little bit trickier, because you have to kind of manipulate with your fingers, but it's doable. So we're just gonna bend again. And if you have little scissors, pencil's gonna be a big loop. My scissors will work. And making that loop. And just bend it. So the loop is a little bit bigger, but if you're doing both of them with the same technique, the loop's going to be the same size. I'm just going to do this just to show you how to finish it. And since you don't have pliers with this, we'll just loop that through and pull this down. And you got kind of the same thing, same earring. But whatever technique you use, if you don't have the tools, you can just, like I did, bend it with your finger. If you do, just use the same thing for both so that they come out even and the loops are the same. But there you go. Now we have a pretty set.